Shalom, this is Daniel Stern of Netivyah, and I'm here, as often I am, in our building in downtown Jerusalem. Today is January 2nd, and it's the beginning of 2025, so Happy New Year to anyone who's celebrating, and may this year that is coming upon us be better than the last, full of blessings, good cheer, positivity, and of course, as always, we pray for protection for our soldiers, and we pray that the hostages will finally be released. And of course, there's many other things to pray for, whether it's sick people, comfort for people who passed away, families of people who passed away recently, wisdom for the government. You could spend your entire life praying, and maybe you should, maybe I should. But in any case, there's a lot to pray for. So 2025 is upon us, and let's dedicate it in prayer to God. Today I wanted to talk about something that I recently read up upon. The sources are not yet fully confirmed, but and even if they are confirmed, the plan may not be executed, but it's still interesting and very plausible, and I thought to share it with you. So yesterday evening I saw a report about a parting gift from the Biden administration for Israel, similar to the Obama administration's parting gift for Israel. And those of you who don't remember, UN Resolution 2334, which designated the settlements in Judea and Samaria as illegal, was not vetoed by the United States as they often do to aid and assist their ally Israel, especially in this international forum which is so anti-Semite and so biased against Israel. I mean, it's not even needed to mention, but as you know, when it comes to human rights violation, there's about 3 times as many resolutions against Israel than the rest of the world combined, because of course we're so terrible, and I don't know, Russia and China and Iran and North Korea are, angels and saints. We who have rule of law and justice, and our courts are bogged down with the complaints and petitions against Israel. The enemies of Israel are using its court system to attack it, Lawfare, and they've been doing so for decades. We're the bad guys, sure. And of course, there's an apartheid here where an Arab chief justice sentenced to prison the president of Israel, and there's doctors and professors and members of parliament that are Arab, and so on and so forth. And our neighbors, like, Jordan, which has a 70% Palestinian minority that have reduced rights, and then compared to the Hashemite minority, they're not an apartheid. Or the fact that in the Emirates, 90% of the residents are foreign workers that have hardly any rights, and salaries for the exact same job are 10% of what the local Arabs receive. Now that's totally great. But Israel is an apartheid. By the way, in the near future, we're going to do a whole segment on apartheid. We have with us a wonderful woman named Jay from South Africa, and she approached me and wants to tell me about her experience as a dark-skinned Indian African, South African, her experience of real apartheid. So that's something you can look forward to that will come in the future. But anyways, so UN Resolution 2334, which designated the settlements in the Judea and Samaria as illegal, was not vetoed by the Obama administration as a parting gift to Israel. Of course, if for whatever reason my humor escapes you when I say a parting gift, I don't mean a good thing. It's a slap in the face. Anyways, the plan that will come into effect by the Biden administration is a 3-part plan. So here's how it works. In the State Department, in order to be eligible to receive foreign aid, especially military aid, a country cannot violate Regulation 630I, which states that it cannot intercept, block humanitarian aid. So, the first step is that the State Department will claim that based on its findings, Israel is blocking humanitarian aid. Then, then as part of the first step, part 2 of the first step is that the Biden administration will choose not to impose sanctions. How kind of them. And in that way, they can look like they're on our side. But then step 2 starts. Step 2 is that the UN Security Quorum will have a resolution put forward by either Algeria or Slovakia, which will be to sanction Israel's illegal settlements based on the findings of the State Department. And the United States will once again not veto it. They'll abstain, so once again they can look like they're not so bad, but they won't veto it. That's part 2. And then part 3 is based on that UN resolution, then the state of Israel as a state and individuals such as soldiers can be prosecuted by the ICC and ICJ, the International Court of Justice and the International Criminal Court. And that can cause quite a bit of trouble, as one can see that this resolution that I mentioned from the Obama administration, the resolution 2334, is the legal basis for all of the financial restrictions that have been going on in the last 4 years against settlers individually and settlements and so on and so forth. Now, I don't yet know if this plan will happen because it still needs to have Secretary of State Blinken or Secretary of Defense, I don't remember right now. Feel free to correct me in the comments or give me that information. Even though as soon as we're done, I'm going to check and know the answer. But, I like to interact with you guys. Secretary Blinken and President Biden both have to sign off on this before it rolls out. But this is something that is concerning. It's once again, we see more lawfare coming into play, just like there was lawfare threatened against Hillary Clinton, threatened against Joe Biden, put in effect against Donald Trump, used in effect against Benjamin Netanyahu and against other people here in Israel who one day I'll tell you about, but not today. And we can see the same thing happening in South Korea and all over the world, in Bolsonaro and so on and so forth, in Brazil. There's a new weapon, which isn't that new, it's a few decades old, but lawfare is being used as a political weapon, and we see it here. And in this specific case, it's obviously anti-Semite, baseless accusations. So, consider that in your prayers, and let's see. What's going on here at Netivyah? Well, the new year has come, 2025, and we are once again starting the Hamotzi project with new lists from social services from the neighborhoods that we are working in partnership with. They're sending us the new lists with the new families that we will be helping for this coming year, and we will be opening our doors to them soon, and we want to give them the best service possible. So that's something that you can pray about. Pray that our service to them will shine Yeshua's light into their lives. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.